Hey everybody, and welcome to today's video. As you can see, this is a digital speed paint, and I know I said in my last video that I was going to upload the review of my new pen display next, but I decided that I do need a little bit more time just to completely test things out and just give a really thorough review and not just, use it for a couple hours, then do a review, say it's awesome, and then a week later find something wrong with it. Do you know what I'm saying? But so far I haven't found anything wrong with the pen display. It has been really great. I've used it for extended, very long periods of times. I think the most I've used it so far is 6 hours in one sitting. So, and that was when I did this painting here. So I decided to draw or paint Symmetra for my first painting, drawing, digital art on my new pen display. And I love Symmetra. I think that she has really awesome character design. I love her colors, and it's really cool to see, different ethnicities in a video game, and I don't know, I just really like her. So yeah, I don't know. I'm going to talk about a few things about digital art, I guess. So, having this new pen display is really amazing. And if you are used to traditional medias, I really do recommend getting a pen display. And I know that they can be extremely pricey, especially if you go for a Wacom brand. But this is a different brand, and that is the reason why I'm going to be doing a review, because it's not your typical Cintiq that the majority of digital artists use. So, yeah, also, I did used to have a Wacom Intuos Pen and Touch Small. I think that's what it's called. But it was just, I don't know, it was so hard to get used to because where it was so small, the tiny working surface that you did have compared to the monitor that I have, since I have a 27-inch monitor, it was very hard to get used to something that small while looking up at something that is very large compared to the small working surface. Plus, it kind of messed around with me a little bit because my eyes would be, looking up at the screen, but my hand would be down on the graphics tablet. But if you are a new artist and you really want to mainly focus on digital art, then I highly recommend that you do get a little graphics tablet instead of starting out with a pen display. But I could also say the same thing with people that are traditional artists. It's just, after working so long with traditional media and you're used to seeing what you're working on directly in front of you in your hand right there directly in front of you, it's kind of a hard transition to go from that and then to a graphics tablet. And that is why I upgraded to a pen display, and it really has helped out a lot. And this probably, not sure how long this really took me, probably about 6 hours, but it's also because since I am a newer digital artist, I tend to work slower, I guess, than I normally would if I was like painting or something, just because I am, used to working with traditional media and watercolor, markers, whatever the case may be. I am used to that, and since I am not really used to digital painting, it kind of took a little bit longer. But regardless of how long it took, I really think this turned out a lot better than I originally thought it would have turned out, because I have tried digital painting in the past, and it really, I don't know, it didn't really turn out that great, my last digital paintings. But the last time that I had actually digitally painted something was probably in 2011 is when I actually really lastly digital painted something, and that was like the first time I had ever done anything either. So you can actually go back to my extremely old DeviantArt, or I had actually posted a picture of this on my Twitter, so if you want to follow me there, you can definitely do that because I have the link to my Twitter in the description box. But if you look at my oldest digital art compared to this now, you can see a huge difference. And not only do I think it's because of the pin display, but I also think it's just because I have improved as an artist, because I am constantly working on art and just trying to improve overall. So yeah. Also, I want to talk about the process of doing this, because there's a few things I want to talk about. Actually, I'll talk about this right here. So right here, I was trying to make a pattern for Symmetra's undershirt, and I actually forgot to do that to her, I guess the dress part of her outfit. And I can't believe I forgot that. I don't know why. But yeah, I was trying to do a pattern for her undershirt because her shirt underneath her little dress there, as you can see the little dots, it has the I'm not sure what kind of texture you would call it, but it has that kind of, I don't know, airy looking texture that you could maybe see on like basketball shorts or jerseys, stuff like that. It just had those little holes in it, or little circle-y texture thingies. I'm not really sure what to call it, but I think you understand what I'm saying. And I really wanted to experiment with some texture and try it out, and I think that the texture on the shirt turned out really well, and I really like it. And I actually learned how to do texturing and stuff like that through Sakumi-chan, and she's really, really awesome. I'm sure you all have heard of her. She's a really great artist. And yeah. Also, before, in the main beginning of this, you can see that I kind of broke down different sections of Symmetra, and I colored them based on what is closer to the viewer. So as you can see, the hair was a darker tone because it is what is overlapping her overall, because her hair is coming up to the front, and then her skin tone was the lightest, and then it was her shirt, her little helmet, and her necklace. You know, you get it, you feeling me. But yeah, I highly recommend you guys doing that. It's, I don't know, plus if you do that on different layers, it's easier to paint, and it just makes your life so much easier. And, you know, I learned doing that is, I don't know, it's just so much easier to do that. And I've said that like 5 times in the last 3 seconds. But it is very easy if you kind of break things down and color them based on, I guess, what is closer to the viewer. Foreground versus, I just had a brain fart and I forgot what it's called. Derp, I don't know why. Now I look like an idiot. But anyway, so yeah, I struggled so hard painting hair, and hair is not my forte. When I first, I guess, tried getting back into digital art, I had such a struggle painting hair, and I tried finding tutorials or some kind of tips or anything really that can help me learn how to better understand how to paint hair, and I guess just the way that hair naturally flows and the direction that the hair should be flowing in, stuff like that. And I couldn't really find anything, so I just kind of had to look up references of hair and just look at different photos of models and like headshots, portraits, that kind of thing, and just really study their hair and kind of draw it very repeatedly, I guess, because repetition, I think, is the key of learning. And the more you do something, the more easier it gets, and then the better you'll become at doing said thing. So I think the hair on this turned out pretty well. It's better than I would have normally done if I didn't take the time and really practice and really learn how hair moves in certain directions, that kind of thing. So if you're really wanting to learn like how to draw hair or how to draw a, correct anatomy, that kind of thing, the key is repetition. Like I said, practicing over and over and over and over. And it's really, I guess, the best advice I could offer somebody if you really want to learn and get better at art is to just keep practicing, especially if you're trying to learn that one certain thing. Just keep practicing that one thing, and then you can move on to something else. But I have some prints of this available in my online store if you would be interested in that. I have small, medium, and large prints, and those sizes are 5x7 for the small, 8.5x11 for the medium, and I offer a small poster size now, which is 11x17. I'm pretty sure it's 11x17. So yeah, all that will be in the description box below. And coming up here, you'll see that when I was painting the helmet part, that it just all of a sudden jumped to it being completely finished, and it's because I forgot that I wasn't recording. It's because I took a break and I came back, and I wasn't recording. And it made me so upset. And I was like, how could I have done this? I betrayed you guys. Because I'm sure some of you would probably want to see how I painted that, because it looks very metallic, very metally. And I think it probably the best, in my opinion, the best part of this painting, how well that turned out. Not to be tooting my own horn or anything, but toot toot. I'm just kidding, but I think it turned out pretty well. I really like it, and yeah. I'm not really sure what to say. Oh, I was going to say, one of the biggest struggles I had painting this was painting the skin. And I looked at so many different reference photos, so many other people's digital art, and I was just trying to learn how they painted skin and what kind of tones to add to the skin tone and how to make it look more, realistic or more painterly. But I think it turned out okay. But there are some improvements that I can make in my next digital speed paint. So you guys can leave me a comment below, letting me know what you would like for me to paint next digitally. Actually, my next digital speed paint after this is going to be the second prize giveaway winners art, because they did request that to be done digitally. I guess because usually digital art does come out cleaner than traditional. So yeah, expect that as the next speed paint you see on here. And then maybe my next video is going to be the pin display review video, since I guess by that time I have had really, immersed myself fully into this pin display and really have gotten, I don't know, the best out of it and stuff like that. I think you understand what I'm saying. Also, I want to talk about one thing. Again, I am super duper rambly, but sorry. I had a very, very, very hard time trying to figure out what to do for the background of this. And I'm not really a background kind of person. I'm sure you've probably noticed that. If you have been watching me for a while, I struggle with doing backgrounds. But I think with digital kind of stuff, it does make it a little easier, because you kind of do have room to make mistakes and room to, I guess, experiment and try different things out. And that's just with digital overall, I guess. But I think that is one reason why I have been getting into more digital art lately, is because you do have room to make mistakes, and generally speaking, mistakes are easier to fix in digital because it's digital. And it's just, easier to go back and fix something that you might have messed up on, whereas if you did this like traditionally and maybe you oil painted it, there's really no way to go back unless you paint over it. I don't know. I'm just rambling now. Anyway, as you can see, the helmet is finished. And yeah, I just want to say thank you guys so incredibly much for watching today's video. And if you like this speed paint, just remember to give it a like, because I know YouTube's been really weird lately and stuff like that. So if you like this, give it a like, because it really helps me out so incredibly much. And prints of this are available in my store below, and if you use the code WOOT20, then you will get 20% off your entire order, and that does include originals. So yeah, thank you guys so much for watching today's video, and I'll see you in my next one. Bye guys!